let's try this. I don't think my oil's hot enough. Maybe. So, I've got all my mise en place. So this is going to be kind of a teriyaki beef, but more Szechuan. I don't have Szechuan peppercorn, but it's Chinese-ish. One reason it's Chinese because it's in a wok. But rice with onions and water chestnuts, some seasonings, a little bit of beef stock, green beans deep fried so the skins blister real good. Says about 2 minutes. I'm gonna go for 4. I'm not gonna count. I'm gonna look. People measure cooking too much. Way too much measuring. Way too much. Oh, it's got to taste like Aunt Sherry's, or it's got to taste exactly like, you know, Alton Brown's, or nobody gives a shit if it tastes like somebody else's food. If it tastes good, eat it. It's more like Glenn and Friends or whatever. He does technique. This is kind of the Chinese technique. No blistering yet. Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a long format. I'll be right back. Told you I'd be back. That's the rice, 20 minutes, 2 to 1, 2 parts fluids to 1 part rice. I do half and half butter and oil, olive oil, and then do onions and rice, coat the rice in the oil, and then put the water. I use beef broth, and then bring it up to a boil. Take it down to its very lowest setting on the smallest burner you've got, so it's just barely steaming. 20 minutes. Shut it off. Leave it sit for another 20 minutes. Don't touch it. Don't fluff it. It's got to drop in temperature. Once the temperature gets below a certain cooking temperature, then you fluff it. I like to use a steak fork like this. Like this. Or chopsticks works good. But you want to fluff it. And then let it cool even more so that you don't get a bunch of rice all stuck together. want these good and cooked. I guess what this is doing is driving off moisture so that when you stir fry them they stay kind of crunchy instead of getting soggy. I'm used to southern beans, you know, pork hock, onions, a little bit of water. I like soy sauce in that too. A little bit of oil. Well, you don't need the oil with pork hock, but and then let it cook. Like mature beans, my grandma really used to have look like Navy beans coming out of the shells. Old style, full runner string beans. Well, we're getting there. Starting to blister. So we modified some hardware here. Today I made, here, I'll go get one. Sliced chicken breast and just dehydrated it in the oven at the lowest setting for about 6-8 hours until it's crispy and breaks. Dog treats. And then I got my slicer out. Well, it's been out. I got it cleaned up with Scotch-Brite and soap and water and degreaser, and then bleach water, and then the final clean I learned from dialysis centers, vinegar, just straight vinegar. Smells like hell, but nothing can live through it. In the oven right now, I got some jerky going. That's a bottom round steak that is this same meal, marinated. And then the meat that I'm about to put in here, these are going on some paper towel in a bowl. I really need to buy a spider. Not that kind. But this works pretty good. Same kind of thing. So this is the meat. I'm going to do this in batches. This has the seasonings and a little bit of about a teaspoon of baking soda to lower the pH. No, to raise the pH, make it more alkaline, less acidic, which helps it brown faster, and then some cornstarch to help it kind of do about that much. And keep it moving. It's called stir fry for a reason. Break it all up, get it all separated, and let it set. Now this is bottom round steak sliced on the slicer, 1/4 inch thick. Marinated for about 4 or 6 hours. Just looking for a little color. don't overcook it. As soon as you see a little color on the crust, this is going to turn pink because it's got pink here in it because I made jerky, but so it's got some nitrates in it. Probably not the best food. But I'll let you know if we have a heart attack. It's got some sugar in it too, so it's going to burn quick. So don't mess around, don't let this oil get too hot. Get this out. Right on top of the green beans. I'm going to go with a big batch. What the hell? Let's see if we're... If you ever watch somebody in a Chinese restaurant, they've got a freaking roof torch underneath this thing. That was too much. That was way too much. Now it's going to boil. I'm going to take it out. I dropped the temperature way too fast. That ruined it. I mean, it's not going to be the end of the world, but it might get greasy. I get this up on the sides. The sides are really hot right now. You can increase your temperature quicker. It's starting to bubble again. This whole pan's screaming hot on the outside, so if you do this, I'm not wearing pants, so I trust myself. I'm wearing a shirt. Silicone, so it doesn't melt. Okay, good enough. Don't overcook it. It's going to be chewy anyways, because I should be using like ribeye or something really good, but this is actually jerky meat. I had too much to fit in the oven. This is a uncoated carbon steel wok, so you can scratch it with your palms. It's not going to hurt anything. Like a cast iron skillet. That is the flavor right there. That's going to come up and dissolve when I put the vegetables in. That's going to all turn into a sauce. In French cooking, that's called the fond, and that's what you deglaze with. In Chinese cooking, it's a bunch of squiggly letters I don't know how to pronounce. Again, all this is going in a bowl with like 6 pieces of paper towel in it. You see all that oil that's in there? I think we can get away with the rest. I'll just put it up on the sides so it doesn't cool the oil so fast. And I'll put this oil right in there. I'm going to dump this oil out. I'm going to dump the oil right back in here before I start cooking any vegetables. get it up on the hot edges. You want to make sure you got bubbles. It's like deep frying. It's not bubbling, it's soaking into the meat. Those bubbles are the steam inside the meat pushing the oil out. But it's also moisture leaving the meat too. So. I really wish I had a rocket engine. That's why Chinese food takes like 2 seconds to make. Okay. Oh yeah. This is kind of a teriyaki inspired jerky. That's why I'm doing this. It's got some sugar, ginger, soy. Started off as like a breakfast sausage mix, but again, nobody gives a shit. If you try to put a name on it, yeah, people are going to go, yeah, it doesn't taste like whatever you said it tastes like. You say, hey, here, try this. It's Chinese. I'm going to go, oh, this was excellent. Okay, now, try and get all those cracklings back in there. I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm going to leave some oil in here. A few tablespoons. Veg. Dry, pre-sliced, ready to go veg. Onions, mushrooms, carrots. Look a little dry. Need a little shine to them. Probably another few tablespoons. Big lid, glass of water. A lot of people use wine. I don't know how long it's been, but let's see how this rice is doing. Yep, looks nice and fluffy. Wooden spoon, a little more aggression on the bottom, get that fond off. Now that all that crunchy stuff is off the bottom, you feel that it's gone. It's nice and smooth. There's a little bit there. Scrape it off. The water helps release it. So now you've got, see, it's kind of got a sauce in there. Bring that up to a boil. Put our green beans and meat back in. No paper towel, please. This is a teriyaki flavored kind of thing. This is soy sauce, pineapple juice, pineapple, lots of garlic, a little bit of shredded ginger. I'm not putting honey. Normally I would put honey or sugar, but there's sugar on the meat. So dump this in. Cornstarch thickens like pretty quick. You see this, it goes from like a soup to like a glaze, a clear, like when you get turkey gravy, you get biscuits and gravy is flour. You see kind of white, opaque. Chinese food is typically cornstarch, which is kind of a clear, kind of like jarred turkey gravy. Kind of sauce. Let's give it a taste. I do like a little sweeter. This is brown sugar simple syrup. Honey works real good too. I'm going to shut it off. Give it another taste. Hell yeah, brother. Yep, perfect. Let's try a piece of beef. Hell yeah. There you go. Ready? Come and get it!